Well, hello folks, this is Steven here, and we're going to be doing a little bit of Pokemon Puzzle Challenge tonight. We're going to be doing live streaming. Of course, this is in preparation for an upcoming discussion I should be having with Anne from Pokepress Podcast. I don't have an exact date and time for you just yet. Unfortunately, she's gone quiet a little bit. She did get me some of the audio for the Pokemon Puzzle League discussion that we did back in, I guess, April. But unfortunately, I'm still waiting a little bit for some of that stuff to come on. In any case, you can see the intro sequence here. There's no attract mode. There's no demo screen where it shows you what the game is like, but the intro sequence is kind of nice. You got the three starters down below there, and then now we've got Pichu and Pikachu. This is the first Gen 2 side game, as opposed to Pokemon Puzzle League, which was more or less a Gen 1 side game. So very busy last 6 months of 2000 when Puzzle League, Gold and Silver, and this, and Hey You Pikachu were all released. So pretty busy spread of time there. So if you missed some of the games from that region, if you want this game, of course, you can get it on the 3DS Virtual Console. Alright, let's get started. So here we have the menu music. It's based obviously on the Pokemon Center theme. What's kind of interesting here is they've done something different with the, the B section to this. Like I said, be sure to try and give us any comments on the music. I will try and work this in. I did play a little bit of this yesterday just to test it out and make sure I refamiliarize myself. So challenge is like the stadium, one-player stadium mode in the base game. I'm going to start there with this. Not sure I agree with you, Professor Elm. This is a variation of the Route 1 theme from the original games, oddly. Yes, Faulkner. And you can see I've unlocked their number. You can start with the three starters in this mode, but if you get the right things going, you can unlock things. You can unlock more characters. That's interesting. When the things fall down, your Pokemon kind of winces a little bit. There we go. Slow on the draw there to get that last part of that combo. But we are making good progress here against Pidgey. I could be playing a bit more aggressively, but I do want to kind of watch the chat. Okay, we're pretty close to beating this. It did recover a little health. Basically, in this version, it's not showing you what the I should do it, yep. What the other person is really doing. It's just kind of simulating it. So it'll get changing combos every so often. And you get a rough idea of where it is based on its little, I guess it's sort of an HP bar. Of course, you can see the background of this is the Johto map. Seen from above. You can see all the major places like the Whirl Islands and the Lighthouse, Olivine City, Ecruteak City, the National Park, the mountains on the east, and then we're along this. This is aesthetically very similar to like the original Tetris Attack version of this mode with this road here that we go across. squeeze that in there for a little extra. Okay, let's see. The screen size is obviously... Oh, that was really nice. I didn't know you could do that one. This is definitely, this one I'm pretty sure is definitely from Gold and Silver, but I forget where in the game. There we go. Oop. Got enough there to get the warning level. Alright. Not too difficult there, but we did get through it. And feel free to listen to music, any memories or parts of this game you particularly like. So yeah, much like you went through the gym leaders in Pokemon Puzzle League, here you're going through the gym leaders here. Whitney. Wanted to do better than that on this one. This is definitely from this. I want to say Goldenrod City, but I think this is actually I forget. I'm gonna have to look up. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to look up where everything here is from. In terms of a lot of the music is obviously from. Getting close here. Like I said, the computer does, especially on these harder difficulty levels, recover if you let it. Remember, the exclamation point blocks, normally what those will do is they'll send garbage to their side that is different from the normal garbage your Pokemon sends and has to be cleared separately. And of course, Morty. Yeah, they say a little bit of different stuff on each difficulty level, at least so far. I know there's 2 more hidden difficulty levels, which are really difficult. One of the goals here is, of course, to line stuff up so you keep making more combos. And chains to do more damage. This is kind of interesting. Most of these gym leaders are not using their best Pokemon that they could from the games. Like, we got a Ghastly here instead of a much more powerful Gengar, which would be, obviously, more intimidating. We're almost there. That ought to do it. Yep. And the dialogue is kind of... I don't know. I'm not sure how really to sort of characterize it. Now, the Pokemon you choose doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do more damage to Helix because I chose Cyndaquil. Okay. In case you're wondering how you get the extra characters, there's all sorts of little requirements you have to do, like being at a certain time or stuff like that. Well, I guess in related news to this game, that'll do it. If you want to play a version of this game, if you have Switch Online, you can totally play the Panel de Pon from Japan. It is very similar to the Tetris Detective player, but obviously does not have the licensing issues with Tetris, because this was never a Tetris game in that series. During the intro period, I usually try and look for some... Not quite fast enough with those couple right there. Garbage block. We start seeing some of the stronger Pokemon out towards the later. Decent one set up here. Ah, there we go. Well, we got it anyway. So you see when you get a pretty good combo. Obviously, as the levels increase, you need to do bigger and bigger chains and combos to get the same amount of damage, and they heal more. Ooh, swimmer! Let's see. Meryl. So if we beat this guy, we get to have Meryl. Wasn't quite able to transfer that as fast as I would have liked. Probably do this one. We'll see how far it goes. Okay. Yeah, so. So let's see. It's getting tougher, but we're almost there. Alright, there we go, and we get Meryl. It took a while. Yeah, there are, like I said, there are about half a dozen or so secret characters. And you all have to do special stuff to unlock them. And just get his Meryl. Alright, and the bottom four, I forget all what's in there, but they get progressively harder to unlock. It is technically ice, if you take a look at that. It's not water. As you can see, they're doing more of these chains or combos and stuff like that. Chain is when you get more than one in a series in terms of like you clear something and that when that falls that clears something else and so on and so forth. Combos are just clearing more than 3 blocks with one move. Yeah, you notice the word stop there. That's because I cleared it very close to the top. Very well there, taking down Price. If you get a chain or a combo near the top, you'll get a longer stop time than you normally would. I guess I could try to use modern logic, and I guess you can use Meryl since it's part fairy against Dragonair. Not Kingdra, Dragonair. Considerable damage there. But you can see it is, if you pay close attention there, it is definitely healing. There we go. Took care of Claire. So I believe this game was made by the Intelligent Systems folks, which also did do the original Tetris Attack stuff. So, and this game, unlike Puzzle League, was released in Japan, as far as I remember. All right, and now. Have to face some boss characters. So first we have Will. Okay, let's... Darker music here for the Elite Four, of course. I need to do some bigger chains though if I want to get Will done. This is where it gets pretty serious. That was close. should take care of Will. There we go. Whew! So that was legitimately close there. The weird Jinx defeated picture there. Now, they do pretty good animation given the limited pixel stuff where pay attention when the Pokemon goes back into the Pokeball and stuff like that. Go. I was looking for a way to clear that without having to, stagger those and... Okay, there we go. Well, this is requiring work, even though it may not look that difficult in terms of time. Generally, the longer these go on, there's a... And Bruno, of course. Let's see, nothing particularly... Oh, I guess I can use Meryl here. It's part fairy, right? Doesn't exist now, but... The physics are just a little different. That should have gotten me a chain of some sort. Ooh, straight off the bat. You gotta do that thing where you sort of chain stuff together and move stuff along, and that requires a bit of dexterity. Oh, that's always a little annoying. So you can see it's getting more and more tense. Surprisingly, that did not do him in. There we go. That did. Alright, so what could possibly be next? Well, before it became a not nice word for certain women, you have Karen. And no Honchcrow, so... Making some good progress on Karen. I tend to there we go. Now that was a little bit hairy at times. So, should be one more stage here. Of course, if you've played the Gold and Silver games, you know pretty much who we're going to see here. Here. As you might guess, there's some pretty intense music here. Darn. So, yeah. There it is. There. I don't know how to do it. Boy, just when you think you got him. Alright, whew! So that was pretty close there, but I managed to beat the hard one with no continues. Now, there are 2 additional difficulty levels. I don't think there are any additional bosses, if I remember this game correctly. Yeah, so maybe not the most interesting ending in there. Certainly not getting a video cutscene and not a lot of text there, but it is a portable game, so you do kind of, excuse me, I have to cut it maybe a little bit of slack there. But yeah, that's about what you expect. Like I said, the only real difference is you can't really see what's happening on the other side, really. It's just simulating another opponent. Alright, well, rather than... This is a very nice song. I do like this credits theme. But I want to show more of the game. Okay, so that took almost 40 minutes to get through that first part there. Alright, let's do a little line clear. I did work my way a little bit through, so we were starting at the very beginning. We're on the Whitney stages right now. And you notice that just like in the... There must have been some overlap between this in terms of, like, development time between this and the N64 game. Because we do get the Jigglypuff there as the stop timer. Just like we do in the Puzzle League game on the N64. There are separate sound effects, it seems, for getting chains and combos. You may remember in the N64 game they had the Pokemon, I think, would be the chain voice, and trainer would be the combo voice. But, we're a bit more limited here. I think this is back when Pokemon really only had one cry. Yep, so you get under the line there, and there you go. So yeah, within each world, the blocks start higher on each round. I'm not sure exactly what the optimal strategy for this mode is to get it there. Your goal, of course, is to get stuff underneath that line as quickly as possible if you're trying to... Well, you can also try and score as many points as you want. It's sort of a... I believe this is Anne's favorite mode in these games. Well, the Clefairy wind sprite isn't too odd, but some of the other ones are a little bit weird because they're actually the same as if you lose in the versus computer mode. Is what you see as the wind sprites in this version. So, tonally, it might seem a bit odd, but, This Clefairy one. Not the Miltank, the Clefairy. There we go. And that should take care of it. So each world's composed of 5 stages. Now there might be a bonus stage here if I remember my structure at least somewhat correctly here. After this, no, I mean, I think it might actually be after the next one. Yep, so we got a round clear there. Ooh, okay. Special against Morty, huh? So when I say doing damage, this is sort of that literal... boy, I messed that one up. Alright, so let's see. We might want to... I'm gonna lose here, probably. Didn't time in that one just quite right. I thought I was going to get an extra stop. I wonder if it lets you do it again or if we have to do the whole thing over. So we'll just do this stage 1 quickly. But usually the strategy on those stages is you are going to do that where you wait for it to get near the top, and then you go and get a chainer combo to get the extra stop time. There I just kind of messed it up. think you have to go through the whole thing again in order to do this, but... So I get another chance if I start a new file from scratch. That's about what I thought. I thought I was kind of out of luck there. Alright, so let's do a couple more of these. Let's see, let's do the puzzle mode. I did pick a place where this is not the easiest puzzles, but it's not so hard that I'll be spending forever on this. So I got 2 moves to clear all this stuff. So let's see, do that. That was on the right track there, so that was pretty... Yep, so you have a certain number of moves to get into the thing there. There we go. Alright, so this is going to require maybe a bit more thinking. Or not. So yeah, so this is just a, like I said, this is just a this. There's a ton of puzzles in this game. I don't think there's an option to turn the shapes into, So this one I gotta think about a little bit. So that's not it. Luckily I can press the B button to go back, which is nice. Yep, that's not what I want. Alright. Took a little bit of thinking. I think I got this. Yeah, kind of sorry about some of the flashing in here. Obviously on the original Game Boy Color was not a backlit screen. Little tip for this mode: whenever you see 4 or 5 of a number of tiles, that means you're going to have to clear all of those at once. I guess 3 as well, but that's kind of obvious. But it's always a good clue about what you need to do with these. Alright. There we go. Alright, shouldn't be too hard to figure out what to do here. We have... Alright, so this one is a little more lenient. In the other games, you generally have to complete the entire set, but they say, oh, you can solve 8. Yeah, it says half the rounds, but there's a whole second set of puzzles. So let me show you what happens if you finish the other 2, which are technically optional, but I kind of recommend you do that. Alright, so this is going to require a little bit of thought. Okay, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, this isn't it either, so that won't work. Move that out of the way. Yeah, that's not quite it either. So this one is a little bit harder. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. So we've got 5 blues. So obviously that means we need to clear these in some sort of 5 arrangement. Now I could just do this. But there's no way with one move I can clear that. So I need to do something else here, it seems. Now the 5s are kind of deceptive because you can clear them either as 5 in a row or in a plus or L shape, potentially, if you can time it correctly. So those have really the most possibility versus 4, which always have to be 4 in a row. 2. 2. Nope. Boy, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be at this level. They really made you work for this one. That should do it. Apologies to everyone in the audience who might have come up with that a little bit earlier than I did. But it's just a matter of making sure things clear in the right order and making use of your stuff. Alright, this is number 10, so this is the last one for this one. So we have 4 of the dark blue arrows. So we'll need to clear those all at once and all in a line. So let's think about that one. Otherwise we have 3 greens, 3 stars, 3 hearts. So you sort of start to learn the rules of all of this. You need to make sure that, you know, if you have 3, those will need to be either aligned vertically or horizontally. Likewise with 4, if you have 5 or more, you have those more options, but it keeps you in mind of what's in line and what's not. And I think this is the solution. There we go! I have played through the entire puzzle mode, but I don't have that many memorized or anything like that. And you notice that we have that hint counter. If you complete all 10 stages in a round, you get an extra hint. Okay. Yep, and we have this screen here that reveals some of the baby Pokemon that were generated from Generation 2. I think it might actually be all of them. 100% sure. Okay, as you can see, each of these rounds goes on for there. So rather than, you know, some of those, as you get harder, I could be stuck on those for minutes on end, and that would not be fun to watch. So let me just show you what garbage is. Yeah, not allowed to use these yet, or those. Need to unlock these. Let's see here. But basically, this is sort of an infinite mode of the challenge that we saw earlier. Because these will just generate more and more garbage for us to clear, so there's no end to this mode. I'm not really the biggest fan of endless modes in puzzle games, for whatever reason. I think I like having a defined endpoint where I can just stop. But the garbage we're going to see is going to gradually get bigger and bigger. Don't show too much of this. This is more of a... This is just going to keep going. Maybe I should start at a higher difficulty just to show how it escalates. The other reason I don't like this is, yeah, it's a survival mode, but also you don't get to defeat anyone on this. I mean, like I said, that's how I wanted that to go. I mean... As you can kind of... I'll keep going, I think, until we get one that's more than a full block in height. Darn, it has a quick save option, but there's nothing I can really do other than eventually lose. See, time zone is... As the name more or less implies, your goal is just to get as many points in the time allotted as you can. Darn it. Darn. And you notice at this higher difficulty level, things move a bit faster in terms of clearing all the blocks and all that fun. I don't have as much time to react. They fall faster as well. That's kind of the difference between the difficulties and whatnot. See how that was? I was trying to get that slide in a certain way, and reaction time is just not... Alright. And as we run out of time here, it's letting me know that get whatever you can. Doesn't even finish clearing there, so even if I had a huge chain at the end. I'm sure a good score would get into the 5 figures. Alright, well I think that's gonna do it for now. There's also Marathon, which is just endless, but without the garbage. You're just going, it just gets faster and faster until you lose. There is a 2-player mode, but I don't have a link cable, and this is technically not a system that has one. We have training, controls, records, options. There's a full sound test in here, by the way, so if you don't have time to get through the whole game, you can certainly listen to everything in there. Alright, folks, thanks.